when the World Boxing Super Series first launched, everybody was saying that they would love to see a heavyweight version of it. And according to Kalle Sauerland, that's what they're looking at for next year. Now, the format next year is going to be slightly different. Well, not the format, but the schedule is going to be slightly different in a sense that they're looking to have the quarterfinals in, I think, February and have the finals in December. So rather than it crossing over from one year to the next, like the football season, they just want to have it running for 1 year so that they can keep track of who is the champion in which particular year, right? If that makes sense. So anyway, Kalle Sauerland says that heavyweight is what they're looking at. Now, obviously, they're not going to be able to get the likes of AJ, Wilder, Fury, Ruiz in there. But the heavyweight division is so stacked, not only full of talent, but full of exciting fighters and big characters, that even without any world title belts at stake, the World Boxing Super Series heavyweights, if it does take place in 2020, it's not the only division they're looking at, but it's one of the divisions they're looking at for 2020. If it does take place, it's going to be a roaring success. Okay, so some of the names that have been linked to it already, despite the fact that Derek Chisora was slagging off the World Boxing Super Series the other day, he has been linked to possibly being in the World Boxing Super Series, according to Kalle Sauerland. Dylan White, Daniel Dubois, Filip Hrgovic, Ajit Kabayel, Joseph Parker, Chisora, and there are many other people out there. Martin Bacoli, Otto Wallin, the heavyweight who Eddie Hearn just signed, Jarrell Miller. I mean, Alexander Povetkin, Luis Ortiz, Charles Martin, Adam Kaunaki. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Michael Hunter, if I didn't already mention him. The list goes on and on and on in terms of heavyweights who you could put in a World Boxing Super Series tournament, which would be exciting, which would be entertaining. I would love to see it. And whoever emerges the winner of the World Boxing Super Series tournament, they would likely get a title shot right after it, or there would certainly be a lot of pressure from the public to give that individual a title shot right after. I mean, the sanctioning bodies might even get involved and say, hey, look, this guy went in, with winning the World Boxing Super Series. He needs to be mandatory challenger for, one of our belts. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. The World Boxing Super Series heavyweights. Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think it's a good idea? Which fighters would you like to see in there? Obviously, there's a limited number of slots, okay? But I'd love to see, some of the younger guys in there. Not just the older veterans, because people are thinking of the Chisoras and whatnot. I'd love to see Jarrell Miller in there in the World Boxing Super Series. I know he's coming off this ban, and there are a lot of people who feel all kind of different ways about his ban, but I have to be honest, I like watching Jarrell Miller fight. I like watching Povetkin fight. I like watching Luis Ortiz fight. What am I going to do? Do I think they should be banned? Yes, but it's not my job. It's not my job to ban them. Should they be more lengthy bans? Absolutely. But I am conflicted. I said this when Povetkin got popped. I said I feel conflicted. I understand that he should be punished. Bans should be lengthier. It's a very dangerous sport anyway. And then these guys are juicing themselves up to the gills, getting in there and doing even more damage than they would if they were clean. But at the same time, as somebody who wants to be entertained, I like watching Alexander Povetkin fight. I mean, what can I say, I like watching him fight. Anyway, that's an aside. The heavyweights, World Boxing Super Series, eyed for 2020. Let me know what you feel about it in the comment section below. Who'd you like to see in it? Yeah, let me know. It's happening. I'm out.